We're Chris and Kell. We bought an old sailboat a while back, and for the last few years, we've been rebuilding it in our driveway, with the goal of becoming a seaworthy vessel. Well, we did it, and we're both still standing. We finally left our driveway and splashed into the Columbia River. What's next for us? You'll just have to find out. Last week on Sailing Adrift, we had our first real day at the Marina. We spent this time giving the boat a good scrub. Chris took the dinghy on a joyride, for diagnostic purposes.
I'll lasso this up, huh?
Yeah, let's see if we can make it. We built and secured the hatches for safety. We attempted to put on the mast, but unfortunately, that was a bust. We finished varnishing the brightwork in the pilot house in preparation for our renaming ceremony party. Also thought it would be wise to secure the aft rail, in case Goldie gets a little tipsy. Now that we're in the water, we really need to get our engine running and stable.
Okay.
We can't just hang out in the loading dock forever.
So I think the reason why the engine didn't start the first time is because of my relays. I don't know. I've been futzing with this thing for days, but my relays weren't wired correctly, I don't believe. Anyway, I'm gonna give this a shot. Turn the key on, and we'll see if this will start up. It's running. None of my gauges work, but the engine turned on, so that's a big positive. Shh, you're annoying. Huh. That's crazy. Oh, look at that. So the raw water pump was obviously working, which is good. I was worrying it was going to overheat, and definitely did not. Huh. That is surprising. I'm a little shocked right now because I did not expect that to work. I've been messing with this thing forever.
So now that we're in the marina and in working order, we actually need to name the boat properly. It's not as simple as slapping on vinyl stickers. We must perform a formal renaming ceremony, which means a party, which means we need to get this place presentable. Teak looks good.
Looks real good.
Chris decided some new paint patches were in order. Looks very nice.
I am getting all the spots that we had to sand, and they will be utilitarian because this clearly is not what you'd call a good match. Yep. So we'll be picking out all the bugs from this tomorrow.
Meanwhile, back to that ongoing upholstery project. Got the pads in. Then Captain Takeover came in and marked them up again, so.
There's a bed.
There's a bed. We got it in. Had to muscle it in there.
Yeah, you did. It's a little bit too big, which is, out of the two possible corrections needed, the better.
I agree. Have a little bit of cutting to do. Not too shabby though. It's very comfortable. I did lay on it, so there's that. We left the marina for the day with some of our projects in tow. Let's just say we have a few really long days ahead of us. A little nerve-wracking today. We have to move our boat, which is in the temporary kind of holding area, into our slip. And the motor is a little dicey at best. So we're going to see how this plays out, but basically the plan is to back it up and then kind of hand drag it over here. Fingers crossed. So we were able to get it started. Now we're going to test going backwards and forwards before we officially pull out.
Okay. What? Alright, here we go.
Okay, so the plan was to test forward and reverse, but apparently we ain't got time for that. So, good thing our friends Henry and Brent decided to help us out that day. Chris realized mid-operation that forward and reverse were wired backward.
We're in trouble! What? I'm in trouble out here. Yep. Is there an out spot out there? Can I get on with you? What?
Hang on, that's why I didn't want to get on.
Chris was able to turn himself around just in time, despite the current. However, he was heading towards the wrong slip. Meanwhile, we had a communications breakdown as some crazy airfighter jets were doing touchdown drills directly overhead. We were almost there. A final pull from Brent and Henry secured us into the slip.
Oh, that's why you took off back in that hole. I'm like, what? I gotta redo the pins.
Hurt.
That's fine.
Yeah. Thank you.
In my defense, Kelly,
Yeah.
and in my offense, I wired that backwards. So forward was backwards.
Good thing we found that out now.
Thank God Brent was around. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir. I appreciate it.
Oh my God.
Oh, you a beer.
Wow. A couple beers at least.
Worries. I do a lot of this.
What
Done
an
a lot of
ordeal.
this. We call it boat rodeo.
That's pretty accurate. What are you doing?
Getting us power. Now that we moved into our slip, we don't have any kind of receptacle other than our shore power, so I'm wiring this up, which will be a permanent thing in the boat. We just don't know where we're going to install it, so I made it nice and long. It'll be here somewhere. But what's cool about this is shore power will go into here and charge the batteries, but it'll also power this box and this box only. The rest of everything else is run on the inverter. So this is kind of like free power while we're at dock, which won't be too terribly often. It's all wired up. Plug in the shore power, run it over here. We're going to start with everything off, and then we will give it a shot.
We then ran our shore power cable so we'd have an adequate power source to keep working.
There, we have shore power.
Okay, let's test it. Testing, testing.
Okay, so let's test it. Here we go.
Ready? Now do something. Okay,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Ready. So warm.
I am an electrical genius. It only took me 10 tries. All right, so we have power. That's good.
Okay.
Permapower.
With our new power source, we can keep moving forward on projects. So let's get back at it. While I was on deck, carving ancient painter's tape out of the Traveler, Chris was down below.
Put on the window frames.
Cool, they look really, really nice.
Then this guy's rectum was like, as you can see. And then there was blood everywhere. And then I ran to the dinosaur factory and I got myself a large. You'll never believe what happened next. The President of the United States walks in and rainbows start. Right?
Yeah. Totes. Nice shirt.
Yeah. What does that look like, Kelly? What does that look like?
Looks gross.
A little sealant. Ah, Kelly.
Yeah.
Why are you always pestering me? I'm busy. I'm a busy man. Got lots of
Says the
important
guy
things
who
to
took
do.
me away from what I was doing.
I want to show you
Come
something.
film me. Come film me. See what I'm doing.
No, I'll
Look at
show
my
you
thing
something.
that I just built.
Yeah, well, look at these, dude. This is a sweet, sweet hatch cover that has been...
Cleaned by me. Oh, and redone.
That's right. It's got non-skid on it so you don't fall into the river. Oh, where's that screw? That's the one that Kelly lost.
I lost.
That's the one that's missing.
That's what happens when you just leave projects like half-assed on the deck.
I left it right here so I can come back to it. It's probably around here still. Anyway, so this side opens like this. And look, stays open, closes nicely.
Cool.
Makes a nice step. This side's the propane locker. It opens like this.
Cool.
And then the cowls are in on this side. Check those out. That supplies our engine room with fresh air for combustion. How's it going down there?
Good.
Getting all clean? The back cabin's all clean? What are you doing out here?
Scrubbing.
Kelly's been going ham for like 36 hours with just an 8-hour break for sleep. Actually, less than 8 hours. She's gonna crash eventually, but she's like a machine right now. We'll close this so she doesn't get us wet. Now you can see right out this window. Oh wait, now you can. Pretty cool. That window's cool. I'm happy about it.
Next week, it's party time. Tune in and join us for our super legit renaming ceremony. True story, this boat had 2 previous owners and both of them died mid-restoration, which is largely why this vessel has been dry docked for over 15 years. We need all the positive vibes and luck we can get. See you next week, champagne in hand. Hey you, thanks for watching. If you like what you see and you want to keep following along, become a subscriber. Just hit that subscribe button below. And special thanks to our patron crew. We really appreciate your support.
Unfortunately, we're both idiots.
We're a couple of dummies. Hold still, lady.
Easy there. You're on film.
I don't feel like being on camera today. I've heard that like a million times.
Well-
Propane.